And,
Mhm.
but then when I'm done with it, I cycle it through. So I
Okay.
don't have like the one thing that I'll never get rid of. I suppose I have a vintage fur that I found, and I found it at a Salvation Army. Actually, it was one of two that I purchased.
Okay.
And the interesting thing about those two fur coats is that they came from a I bought them in my husband's hometown, and they came
Mhm.
from a local furrier who they used to have a fur store. It was a very kind of luxe thing. And it closed down, and the building is still there, and even the store is still there, and I kind of followed it up. But the inside the label is the name of that local fur shop, LaSalle Furs. And it also has
Oh, that was
embroidered.
locally made.
Yeah, it came
Oh,
from,
wow.
yes, or
That's
maybe not
cool.
locally produced, but sold. And it had the two coats had sisters' names in like embroidered in them. You know, it was a service that you could have done at the time, was have your name embroidered in. And so I did
Okay.
a little bit of digging around, and I followed up their stories. And the amazing thing was that I wrote this like blog article about these two fur coats, and I'd given one to my friend who then moved to London,
Okay.
and I kept one myself. And when I published that story, I had imagined, well, actually, no. You know, the fur coat that I gave to her belonged to the
Mhm.
sister who joined. I think she was in the Marines, or she was in some part of the armed services. But anyway, she did
Okay.
travel, and the
Hmm.
sister stayed behind and helped with the family business, which was like a local grocery business.
Oh,
And so I
wow.
envisioned this story, which sort of fit my friend and I when she was moving away. And then the amazing thing was that the grandson of the person who sold those coats found
Mhm.
the story on my blog and reached out to me.
Oh,
Yeah, it was,
wow.
and then sent me pictures of his grandfather. And then his father, so the person who sold it, his son, also
Mhm.
connected me to some of the family history and stuff like that. So that was pretty amazing. I will never get rid of that coat.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
And did you write another blog after that of it?
I did. I think I wrote a follow-up
Okay.
about the interaction that I'd had with this
Oh,
grandfather.
wow.
It was amazing.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
And then when the next time I went to visit my in-laws, I actually
Uh-huh.
went to the store that used to be this boutique, and you can still see it's no longer, the building is closed,
Okay.
and there is a organization I think that is slowly trying to restore it to its historic kind of state. But anyway, I did look in the store, and you can still see the
Mhm.
vault. It almost looks like a bank vault where he
Okay.
kept all of the furs that he was
Mm.
going to sell. That
Yeah.
vault is still there, even though you can't tell what the store is. But I'm like, I think it's this because it matched like the photo that the gentleman had sent me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Interesting. I mean, I
Yeah.
love stories behind clothes so much. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. I love stories. And I think that's what I love about wearing vintage is,
Uh-huh.
is there's a story, and you may not know it, but it carries stories.
Right. How old do you think the code was?
Oh, it is ooh, I'd have to look at the year. I mean, it was probably in the 50s maybe, or 60s.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, give it to your granddaughters. Don't
Yeah.
get rid of.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never get rid of that one. It is
Right.
beautiful.
Okay.
I
Oh,
I
I'm glad
thrifted.
I asked this question.
I found another beautiful fur coat, and and I gave it to my daughter, and it started
Uh-huh.
to come apart. She still has it, but it did start to come apart. But that
Okay.
one didn't have as interesting a story as the
That's
one
cool.
that I found.
Wow. Wow. I'm very glad that I was able to hear that. Okay.
Thanks for reminding me of it.
Of course. Yeah. Thrift stores or designers resale?
Ooh, thrift stores.
Thrift stores. Okay. What outfit makes you feel unstoppable?
Oh, I suppose when I put a real kind of designer inspired outfit together,
Okay.
usually kind of like some statement jewelry or some statement accessories can really take a look over the top. When I wear when I wear my silver boots,
Oh, wow.
I tend to feel unstoppable.